Good morning, my loves. Happy Monday. It is about 4:45, 4:30 here at the lake this morning. We're talking priorities and how to handle stress, anxiety, and being overwhelmed. I had dinner with a good friend of mine last evening that I hadn't seen for a while. Very successful person and totally overwhelmed with life. He gets overwhelmed very easily. And he's hit and tilt between his job. He loves his job. He's had additional responsibilities given to him of late. And he loves his family, but there's a lot going on. And he is hitting tilt. And we just had a discussion like we used to have years ago. I mean, we've been friends for many years. We just don't talk as often as we used to. And you have to have a list of priorities, what's really important to you. As far as work, okay. Make a priority list every day. Every morning when you get to the office. I mean, you can make the list at home if you want. Make it when you get home at night for the next day. It's even better. Things you want to take care of before lunch. And then go to lunch. Try not to think about work. And then what you want to get accomplished from lunch to when you go home. Make a to-do list. Out of that list, make a list of things that you can delegate to your staff, to your legal assistants, your paralegals, your secretary, whomever. Make a list. Sit them down and tell them. These are your responsibilities. I want them taken care of. And, you want it done appropriately. No sloppy work, no rushing through things. And have them make a list, the same list of priorities, things to take care of before lunch, things to take care of after lunch. It makes it a little more manageable. And yes, you're going to be getting stuff thrown at you all day. Prioritize. It's all about priorities and time management. As far as family, okay. Tell whomever, when you're at work, unless someone is on fire, unless it's truly an emergency, they cannot call you at work. That will allow you to focus. Okay? I know I can get calls at work and texts, and that's fine. But I prioritize. People that know me know if they're going to call me, it better be important. And that's fine. If they text me, I will text them back when I have time because I'm at work. Work is a priority for me. When I'm there, I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm not focused on family and friends. I'm focused on my job. Explain that to your family. That can be difficult when you have parents. Now, my parents have passed, but I remember many, many years ago, my mom would call and I would be at work. What are you doing? I am at work. What do you think I'm doing? I can't talk. Well, feelings get hurt. Too bad. I cannot talk. I am at work. If it's an emergency, call me. If it isn't, I cannot talk to you. Parents, older people can have an issue with that. You just have to reinforce it over and over. It's not you're being mean and you're being rude. You can call them on break. You can call them at lunch. But not during your work hours. It's about priorities. If they have ever worked, they will understand this. They may have forgotten, but they would understand if you remind them gently and politely. Kids cannot be calling you at work fighting over, who's going to put the popcorn in the microwave or, goofy stuff. No. If they're going to behave like this, you're going to bring in a sitter. That should take care of the situation. If you have kids that are old enough to stay by themselves, 12, 13, 14 years old, they should be able to handle little things and not call you. If they have an issue, fine, we're going to bring in a sitter. That should take care of it. Yeah. It's about managing people and managing your time, managing your emotions. Honey, worrying about things never changed it. It just makes you obsess. And when you worry, you catastrophize. You think worst case scenarios, and that's not going to do anybody any good. Think of best case outcomes, that you can't wait till this case settles. You can't wait till whatever you're doing is finished. Find the good. Project the good. Focus on the good, not on the negative. Because if you focus on negative, you are going to attract negative. If you think, I'm never going to get this done, well, you're inviting delays and problems and worry and stress, and it's going to delay getting it done. Focus on the positive. I'm going to try and knock this out by lunch. Great. Well, if you don't quite make it, I'm going to definitely knock it out before I go home. Great. Prioritize. It's all about priorities. You are a priority. You have to take care of you. You have to practice self-care. Part of self-care is time management, getting adequate rest, drinking a lot of water, getting outside for fresh air, doing something to make your heart smile. It's all part of self-care. But you have to manage yourself, your time, and your people. One thing I want to toss in here, once you have kids, kids are indeed a priority. But by the time they're like 5 or 6, they need to understand mom or dad goes to work, just like they go to school. And then we come home in the evening and we share our day. We talk about the flowers and the thorns, the good part of the day and the bad part of the day. Let them know that their going to school is just like you going to work. It's important. They're a priority. You're a priority. Just get your priorities in order. It's cold and flu season. Kids get sick. Have a plan made between you, your spouse, your families. If the kids get sick, what's the game plan? Excuse me. I've been up since 3. I'm sorry. So if the kids get sick, what's the game plan? Because maybe you cannot take off work. Maybe you cannot. I have worked at places where they let the sick kids come to the office. That's not a good idea, because then the whole office is going to get sick. That's not a wise thing to do. But think about what's going on and have a game plan. Can grandma pick up the kid? Can a neighbor pick up the child from school if they're sick and stay with them? Have a game plan. So if you get the call, your child is sick and they're at school, who's going to come get them? You can address it without going into a tailspin and worrying and panicking. Manage yourself, manage your time, manage your people.